One day, I realized something that changed the way I run my business. The main job I used to think that the main job of a CEO was to manage people. Then I thought it was operations. I thought it was project delivery. And then one day, I realized something that changed the way I run my business. The main job of a CEO is sales. And not because sales is more important than any other department, but because without sales, there's no department, there's no production, no HR, no salaries, there's no business. And the funny thing is that many CEOs don't realize this until they become the bottleneck of their own company. Now, let me explain. When I started my business, I was doing everything: sales, design, project management, supervision, client communication, quality control, everything, right? And because I was doing everything, I thought I was being productive. I would leave home early, come back late. My phone would not stop ringing. My calendar was just so full, and I was exhausted. And you know that feeling? You feel like you're important when you are busy every minute of the day. So you obviously assume that you're growing, right? But sometimes it's not the same thing. You are just being busy. And I noticed that when a job finishes, I have to wait for another job to come because I would not take a job because I was afraid of okay, I don't have time, right? And my mentor said to me, he said, you need to stop saying no to jobs. You just need to stop saying no to jobs. When people give you jobs, just take it, whether you're ready or not. And at first I disagreed because in my mind I was protecting the quality. I was protecting my team. But what I didn't realize is that I was also limiting growth. So every time a client will call and say they need a job, I won't calculate that whether the team has time. I will calculate whether I personally had enough time. So do you notice the problem? And I realized that I was becoming the bottleneck. And that was a hard truth because many business owners don't have businesses. They have jobs with a company name. And I was becoming one of them. Everything had to pass through me. Every decision, every approval, every project, every problem. There was no problem that did not pass through me. And I purposely did that. So naturally, the growth had a ceiling. And the ceiling was Rosa. And I remember when I finally started taking more jobs, I didn't say we can't do it. I said, how can we do it? And you know what? It actually figured itself out. The team figured it out. The system that I put in place had already figured it out. And that's when I learned something important. Capacity doesn't always come before growth. Sometimes growth forces you to create capacity. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever turned down an opportunity because you were afraid? Not because the company could do it, but because you couldn't imagine how it would happen. So, if you have, just go to the comment section and type me, because I know we've all been there. One of the biggest mistakes CEOs make is falling in love with operations. We love operations because it feels like, you're being productive. You can see it, you can touch it, you can control it, you can solve problems all day, feeling like you've accomplished something. But while you're solving the problem, who is creating the revenue next month? Who is creating the opportunities? Who is creating the clients? While you're busy trying to manage deliveries and manage staff, who is doing this? Because somebody has to think of tomorrow and the sales and the money, and it is you. There came a point in my life where I looked at my schedule and I realized that we have jobs, but we don't have the money to keep the salaries going. And it is sales that keeps the company alive. It reminded me of the story of Moses when the Israelites were fighting battles. Moses wasn't swinging the swords. Other people were fighting. Other people were doing other things. What was his responsibility? It was to lead, to direct, to put people in the position, to give them vision. And sometimes CEOs struggle because we're trying to be Moses, Joshua, Aaron, and the soldiers all at the same time, and you can't. At some point, you must trust people. At some point, you must build leaders. At some point, you must step into the role only you can play. And today I'm working on something very intentional. I want to have systems that can generate leads. I want people who can start conversations with new clients. I want people who can identify opportunities, because why? My highest value is not chasing the lead or finding the lead. My highest value in this system is closing the sales. So what am I doing? I'm getting people who generate leads, and then I close the sales. And that is where a CEO creates the most impact. And that's for me. Please don't misunderstand me. Sales is not begging or disturbing people or convincing people to buy things. Sales is helping people get results. And every great business exists because it solves a problem for somebody else. And if that's true, then sales is simply just connecting the solutions with the people that need them. So if you're a CEO watching this today, I want you to ask yourself one honest question. How much of your week is used to generate revenue? Not answering emails or doing other things, just generate future revenue, because the company you want next year depends on your sales conversation today. And the day I stopped seeing myself as a project manager who owns a company and started seeing myself as CEO that is responsible for this company to grow, everything changed. My decisions, my priorities, my schedule, and my vision. Because I finally understood that while everyone is focused on delivering what needs to be done today, I need to focus on keeping this company running tomorrow. My name is Rosa. I build things, I lead people, and the biggest sale every CEO must make is the future that they believe that their company can become. Ciao, and see you on the next episode of Lead.